Hello and welcome to another video, and thank you very much if you're a new subscriber. I really do appreciate it, as it's a new channel. It's given me all the motivation to keep going, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about hitting that subscribe icon if there's something here you like today. Now this is part number 2 for ballasting. Now I have an additional step because I have super elevated my tracks, which means I have them tilted so that when train go around the corner, they're actually tilted up that way. It's just like the real thing there, you see. So what I have to do now is cut out all of these pieces of card. They're 1mm card that I stuck underneath, and the fact it's now ballasted down in the centre means they're not going to move when I cut them. They're all glued down with the ballast. So I shall get doing that, and I will see you in a moment. Right, there we go. So I've taken up all of the bits there, but you can see some evidence of where they were, but that's going to be covered by ballast, so it's not really something to worry about. Just a reminder from the last video, what we were using. He says he stuck it down. We were using half water, half PVA, and half isopropyl alcohol. And it's the isopropyl alcohol there that's giving us the edge on ballasting. I would just like to show you the results of the first lot and why isopropyl is so good. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I haven't touched this track since I ballasted, and not a single piece of ballast has dried on top of the rails. Or maybe every now and then there's a piece, but for the most part it's fairly good. Now I have left gaps, places like here, because I'm going to be putting some sleepers underneath there before I finish that bit. But no, it's looking great so far, and we'll just see what this new lot looks like now. I just need to mix in my mixture. I didn't mix it yet. I'm using a fork and just squeezing it up against the end. That way it's causing it to separate, and I've just glued some track already. Brilliant. Didn't want to do that there. There we go, so the most part there, that's all runny now. I'll take that out. And I'm going to start laying some ballast. Now, we're going to be laying ballast in the 6 foot, that's a bit between the two tracks on each side, and then between the running lines here as well. That's more important now that you lay this ballast in the correct places, because what you've already relayed, you don't want to pile on top of that. But luckily this is not too difficult because the gap is a lot wider. And then just with your finger, spread it out. Whoops, picked up the wrong one. So I'm going to need more ballast in there because of my canting with the super elevation there. One side of my track is higher than the other. So I'm really going to have to be careful. Once you're happy with it, you can then start gluing, but I'm going to pause you there and come back when I have it all laid out, ready to be seen. Okay, so I decided I needed a method to applicate it a bit more accurately, using this in the corner and just tapping when it's near the edge there. And it's letting it out just where I need it. Just like that. Yeah, I'll come back to you when I'm finished and ready to glue. Right, I've now got this really squeaky chair. I do apologise if that's all you can hear, but it's just taken quite some time. Now I'm happy with how I've laid the ballast. It's smooth enough for me. Just be aware now, once you've started gluing, you cannot touch the ballast. The number one rule of ballasting, do not touch the ballast after you've got glue down. And the reason for that is because once you touch it, it's going to clump together on your fingers, and it's going to leave a massive crater right where you've touched it. Obviously that is not very beneficial. And it's not easy to repair either. Now, I'm going to apply this glue. But it's very important, again, how you apply it. Where I'm applying it is in between the forefoot this time. So before I applied it on the outside, now I'm applying it on the inside of the rails. And the reason for that is I want it to soak through what I've already done, that won't move, and then to seep up and into the other ballast that I've just laid. That way we won't get those horrible flow marks that you get if you try and glue from above. It's not pretty. But here we go. You can fill up the forefoot as much as you like, as long as it's not going over the top. And eventually that will seep through. But by using these methods, it's reducing the afterwork by a massive amount. So there won't be much clearing up to do after I've done this, apart from cleaning the track and any overspill which I made. Now that will be slow to seep through. I can see it just about coming through now. And I will move the camera down a bit closer after I finish so you can see. Another important thing is make sure that you have all of the track details down before you ballast, because you're not going to put them in after. Now for me, this part of the track's not really going to have much detail on it. As there's no junction, no points here, there's not much trunking that I should be laying. Really all I should be laying is something along the edge, and I will do later on. Now a little bit of my glue has gone over, but on this instance it hasn't made any problem for me. And also it's double gluing the bit that I've already put down, so I'm not going to complain there either. We don't mind that. So I'm just going to pause you there and I'll show you at the end what this looks like. There we go. So that's the product done. You can see there it is fairly well glued. That glue will evaporate, that won't be there when we come back. There. We'll come back to that when that's dry. That'll probably be another day or so. And we'll see what we have. If you enjoyed the video, thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. This being a new channel, it really does help with the motivation to continue making these videos for you. So thank you very much. Bye for now.